Ask Jimmy.
Good morning, and obviously today we're going to look at some frying pans. They were made by three major companies. Griswold was the biggest, Wagner, and Walpack. They were all made in the upper western corner near Erie, Pennsylvania. And the reason was that's where all the iron ore was brought in from the Great Lakes. And so that was the product they needed to make iron cookware. So that's where they put the factories. Now, the biggest and best one is this one. That's a number 20 Griswold. And it even says Erie, Pennsylvania. Two-handled, that's the biggest one they ever made. The next Griswold is this one, which is a 14, which is a very rare model. And what you need to know about it is this has this raised ring called a smoke ring. So when you put it on the stove, it trapped the smoke in the stove and it didn't fog up your kitchen. And like here's a Griswold square pan, which is relatively hard to find, and that one doesn't have a smoke ring. So that's later than this one. Here's two little ashtrays, but I don't happen to have any zeros and double zeros. This is the size of the smallest ones they made. That's a Griswold and that's a Wagner. The only difference is they didn't have these little things for the cigarettes and cigars. They're highly desirable. They made from 20 all the way down to 00. One of the rarest ones is a number 2. A number 2 is $500 or $600. Of course, there aren't any of them. They're very hard to find. Now these little guys down here, this is a Walpack Indian Chief. And this one's different because you notice it's got a light silver color. Well, this one they actually dipped in zinc to give it a light color. That's a Griswold, number 9. There's another Walpack Indian Chief. And there's a real good Walpack Indian Chief. And the value is based upon how good the chief is on it. Some of them aren't, like this one isn't too good. It's a little mucky, but that one's real good. Now, they also made one, a number 7, about this size. Instead of an Indian Chief, they have a black widow spider on the bottom. And that's called a spider pan. This is an early big old pan. You can see the rivets in it, and it's really a nice old pan. This I just brought in because it shows you something else they did in cast iron. That's a muffin, but it's a corn muffin pan. And that one says Wagner on the back, made in USA. Now here is a Wagner ware bacon and egg pan skillet. And that's square. Squares aren't real common. This is a nice Erie. Has a nice signature on it. That's a nice number 8 pan. And this guy over here is a Wagner. This one's interesting because it's a Keystone Food Chopper giveaway from Boyertown, Pennsylvania. So if you're local to where this video is being made at Zionsville Antique Mall, this would be highly collectible because there aren't a lot of them around. And these guys are a sample of cast iron dipped in granite ware. And it's hard to find cast iron in and granite wood. So there's a sampling, because there's nothing like making food in a cast iron fry pan. So come on over to the mall, take a look around. We have lots and lots of frying pans. And they're a nice thing to collect. So that's about it, I guess. And if you don't have a mask and you need one, we have a person that makes them here. So my owl was just made real recently. In fact, I just bought it yesterday. So that's something else you can collect. So have a good day. Come on out, see us, and we'll be happy to help you. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. The first cast iron skillet orchestra.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you filled that with bacon and eggs, if you could pick it up, but it's nice.